Hi everyone, we're going to do the quadratic functions and their graphs. This is SAT practice and this is medium. So here's the question. If x comma y is a solution to this system here, what is the value of y squared? This is y squared. So we want y squared. So the first thing we're going to do is just use substitution like you normally would and substitute this into the y and solve for x. So you get x squared plus 9x squared equals 160. 10x squared equals 160. So x squared equals 16. And that's where we're going to stop. Since we know that 16 is x squared, we're going to solve for y squared and plug 16 into that. So we have 16, which is x squared, plus y squared equals 160. Subtract 16 from both sides, and you get y squared equals 144. And that's your answer. Next one, it says which of the following expressions is not a factor of this right here. So the basic thing we're going to do is use our difference of squares to factor this, which is a minus b times a plus b, or vice versa. So this would be 4x squared minus 9y squared times 4x squared plus 9y squared. This is when your a happens to be 4x squared and your b equals 9y squared, because we have 4's here. Now we can factor this further, and this would be 2x minus 3y times 2x plus 3y, and this we can't factor, so we leave that together. So let's check it off. We have this, and we don't have this, so that's our answer. The answer is C. It's not a factor. These are our three factors. Next, it says what is the range of this function? This is written in vertex form, and it opens down because of the negative. So my vertex is -4. Let me write that down. Vertex is -4, 3. So it opens down. That means the range is y is going to be, you look at the y, less than or equal to 3. You can kind of graph it if you want, but that's basically how you do that. Next one. If r is negative and the quantity of r, 4r minus 4 squared is 36, what is r? So we're just solving for r. So I'm going to square root both sides, and we're going to get, I'll write it out again. So when you square root both sides, don't forget to do your plus and minus here. So you get 4r minus 4 equals plus or minus 6. And then we're going to go ahead and add the 4. And then divide everything by 4. So I'm going to split this up now. So I'm going to do the plus and the minus. So the plus is going to be 10 over 4. The minus is going to be -2 over 4. So this will be -6 plus 4 over 4. Right, this reduces to 5/2, and this reduces to -1/2. Now, it wants r to be negative, so we don't look at this. We're looking at the negative. So the answer is D. And the last one, no, we have one more after this. So go ahead and read this, and then pause and see if you can answer it. This is medium level. So the graph of every quadratic function is a parabola's symmetric U-shape. And the maximum minimum occur at the vertex. So getting to the answer, we can examine the points that are given. They increase from left to right. The maximum value occurs at x equals 5. So, which means the vertex of the parabola is 5, 8. So that's your vertex. Alright? And this tells you that the points will begin to decrease immediately to the right of that point. Using symmetry, you can find the point that corresponds to each of the given point. The first point, -1, -8, is 4 units to the left of the vertex. So the vertex is 5, 8, so it's to the left of the vertex, because 5 minus 1 is 4. 5 minus 1 equals 4. So the point that is 4 units to the right of the vertex is 5 plus 4, which equals 9. Okay? Which will have the same y-coordinate of the graph, of the y-coordinate. The graph must pass through 9, 8. 9, -8. Sometimes it helps to graph it. So you can eliminate D. Alright? This means we use the second point, which is 2, -1, which is 3 units. So looking at my x, 5 minus 2 is 3. So that's 3 units to the left of the vertex. So that 3 units to the right of the vertex is 8, -1. So that would be 8, -1, which means C is the correct answer. So you could just do it the way I did it, or you could graph it, and that would help you. Next, it says, for what values of x is the equation 2x squared equals 4x plus 3 true? You can tell right away we're not going to factor this, because all the answers are from the quadratic formula. So make sure you know that if they give you the quadratic formula, but you need to know it. So it's better on an SAT test that you know the quadratic formula before you're trying to spend time looking at it. It also gives you confidence when you're doing your work. You just feel better. So I'm going to rewrite this real quick. This is going to be 2x squared minus 4x minus 3 equals 0, where a is 2, b is -4, and c is -3. And then I'm just going to plug it in. So it's going to be x equals -b. So that's going to be minus a -4 plus or minus square root -4 squared minus 4 times 2 times -3 over 2a, which is 2 times 2. Now let's simplify, and you're going to get 4 plus or minus square root of 16 plus 24, which is 4 plus or minus square root of 40. Whoops. Yeah, I always go too fast on this. So it's over 4, which equals 4 plus or minus square root of 40 over 4. And remember, 40, I'm going to just do this to the side, is 4 times 10. So I can pull out the square root of 4 is 2. So we get 4 plus or minus 2 square root of 10 over 4. So now I can reduce this a bit. I'm going to put the 4, with this 2, what's going to happen is just going to be 2. I'm going to divide each of these by 2. So we're going to get 2 plus or minus square root of 10 over 2. So that answer will be A. Okay, the next set we're going to do is medium. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.